Tanya Steele of Epicurious.com, and this is Around the World in 80 Dishes. We're here today to do a Tarte Tatin from France's Loire Valley, and I'm here with my friend Chef Lou Jones from the Culinary Institute of America. Chef, I love Tarte Tatins, and today you're going to make something that's you're going to make individual Tarte Tatins.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different from the way that I was taught how to make them, which is in one large tart.
Yeah, and you could even use this maybe a pan like this for your Tarte Tatin, but there are actually Tatin pans as well.
Oh.
And the dish was named for the Tatin sisters, the Demoiselles Tatin, who invented the dish.
Ah, interesting. I didn't know that.
And there's a story that they forgot to line their dish with pastry, so they put it on top.
How interesting.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that story. I mean, you'd notice if your pastry wasn't in.
Well, you never know. All that,
Right.
you know, champagne and Calvados they're drinking.
That's a good point.
You don't know what's
That's a good point.
I would forget it too. So you're
So
browning.
what we're doing here is making a dry caramel.
Oh.
We can just use the moisture that's already in the sugar, because sugar is hygroscopic. That means it draws in moisture from the air.
Ah. While you're doing that, I'm going to start
Okay.
taking the peel off the apples.
So as this sugar melts, it starts to color as well as it gets hotter. So the trick is to rotate it a little bit so that what is going to happen is your sugars are going to become liquid. And you see how it's starting to go liquid?
I see.
And then once we've made this caramel, we're going to set it into these molds. And the reason we're making caramel ahead of time is because if we just put sugar and butter in here and then our apple and then put it in the oven, because this is so thick, the heat will move too slowly, and what will happen is you'll just have apple in boiled sugar and butter.
Oh, I see.
And you won't
Which
have that
doesn't
nice-
sound too bad to me, actually.
You won't have that nice caramel.
Now, with the apples that we're using, it has to be anything that's firm. Is that correct?
Well, you know, my favorite Cox is orange pippin. It's a tremendously tasty eating apple. It's pretty rare here in the States.
Yeah.
Fabulous flavor. Fabulous. So we're just going to move that, bring it together, and there's our caramel.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
And we're going to pour that caramel into the mold. Now, to release this, because we don't want to waste that, just add a little water and leave it on the heat, and it'll boil up. And eventually it'll boil down, and it'll give you this.
Oh, so that's kind of a caramel
Like a
syrup?
caramel sauce or
I
syrup.
see.
And we can use that to decorate or to finish our Tarte Tatin when it comes out of the oven.
And okay, so that's what this will become.
You just let that simmer for about between 5 and 10 minutes, depending on the heat of the stove.
Okay.
And when it starts to get a little syrupy looking, bring it off the heat.
I see.
That's
Okay.
it.